Okay, so we're talking about, you're asking me about how to enroll in Medicare. So I hear that a lot, but the first thing I have to clarify is that some people are enrolling in Medicare when they already had their A earlier and then they're adding B later. That's a whole different process. That's way more complicated. So let's do the simple process where you're only adding A and B at the same time, as opposed to what they call delayed Part B, when you're adding B later. So for somebody who's turning 65, or perhaps they had group insurance and they're in their upper 60s or 70s and they're adding Medicare later, but they are adding A and B at the same time. For those people, here's the process. There are 3 ways to enroll in Medicare A and B. Number 1 is phone, number 2 is in person, number 3 is online. But each process is a little different. So let me explain that briefly. So number 1, you can call them, you can call the local and Social Security is responsible for enrolling people in Medicare, which is kind of odd because most people are going to look to Medicare to enroll in Medicare, but that's not how it works. Social Security. So you'd have to call Social Security. They have a national number. I'll just give you to you. It's 1-800-772-1213. They're open 8 to 7 local times. So if you're in California, it's still 8 to 7 Monday through Friday, but not weekends. And you just call them and to enroll. The problem is, last I checked, and I've checked many times in the last 6 months, they're a 3 to 5 hour wait due to being backed up. So that's not the best way to deal with it. And then the second way, but you can, the second way is just go down to Social Security office. They're open 9 to 4 local time. And then the third way is online, which is by far the easiest if you have an online account. And once again, you're not going to Medicare's website, medicare.gov. You're going to Social Security's website, which is ssa.gov. And so if you can create an account or already have an online account, you can enroll online without having to wait 3 to 5 hours on the phone, without having to walk down there and who knows what kind of line you have. And then worse, the phone and the in-person, almost always, they're going to make you have an appointment and you have to come back. So you call them, you wait 3 to 5 hours, sometimes less if you're lucky with the timing. And then they just make you an appointment for oftentimes 2 to 4 or 5 weeks later, which is kind of annoying because then you have to wait that long and you may not want to have that much time. So if you can do it online, the hardest part about doing it online is you can't, and this, no one ever tells you this, you can't log into your online portal when you first go to start the process, which is completely illogical. What you have to do is go to ssa.gov, Social Security's website, click at the top of the deal in the drop down, it says Medicare, and then you click the drop down, it says Enroll in Medicare. And then when you click that, it asks you 1 to 4 questions, depends on your situation, and then it prompts you to log in. But what most people do, and what I told people for many years, is log into your website and enroll in Medicare online. Well, it doesn't work that way. The government has to make it tricky. So those are the 3 ways to enroll in Medicare. By far the easiest one's online, and you're not allowed to enroll more than 90 days before it starts, by the way. And then one more point, if you get Social Security already, all the enrollment's out the window because the government's going to auto-enroll you once you're eligible, which throws people off because they're like, I didn't enroll, why do I have a card? So all this doesn't have to happen if you already get Social Security income. So that's the story. That's it.